Let's do it. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Heart Center Tarot. As always, my name is Marina, and I will be your guide for this portion of the journey. I have with me, fresh off of his Italy trip, the wonderful Mel Doerr.
Hi,
Say hello, Mel.
man.
Hey.
It's nice to be back.
I am thrilled to have you back. And I was going to ask you, how the trip went. Did you see some exciting things? Did you
Oh my
meet some
goodness.
wonderful people?
There was some hiccups along the way, but Kim Copeland went with us. She was a treat. I had 21 people in my group,
Yeah.
and 22 including myself. A couple, one guy got sick; he had to come home. But I saw some wonderful things. I never been to Venice, and
Nice.
Venice is really neat. Um,
Hmm.
I had never been to Montecatini, and that was really neat. Florence was a madhouse, but Florence always is. But as much of a madhouse as it was, and as chaotic as it was, I felt really lucky because I got to see the 4 unfinished works by Michelangelo, and in the same museum, there's 4 unfinished works, and then it leads to David. And seeing Michelangelo's David, oh my goodness, I cried. It was so beautiful. I mean, the man
Yeah.
was a genius. And
Yes.
then from Florence, we went to Montecatini. And then one day we went to Siena, beautiful little town. And then one night we took the vernacular. It's like a cable
Yeah.
car up the side of the mountain or the hill to Alto Montecatini. That means above Montecatini.
Yeah.
It was a little town up there. We had dinner. It was just really, really nice. And then,
Oh,
so let's see. We went Montecatini, Siena, Florence, Venice, and then to Rome. And Rome is kind of. I love Rome. Rome is one of those cities either you don't
how
like,
was Rome?
and I
Yeah.
happen to love it.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people, but the Pantheon. Michelangelo's Moses, La Fontana dei Trevi, the Trevi Fountain, um,
Yeah.
the corner of the 4 fountains. It was a neat trip. The last day we took a golf cart trip around Rome. The guy drove.
Oh, interesting.
It was really cool, and
That will be fun.
yeah, it was amazing. So it was a really good trip. A couple people got their pockets picked, but luckily everybody listened and kept their passport in their hotel room. So, they lost some euro on a credit card, but I told everybody you bring 2 credit cards, leave one in the hotel room, and they did that. So, it happens. But for the most part, it was a good trip. It was a really good trip. So,
Nice.
and then I
Nice.
got my Africa trip in June and
Oh,
a Rhine River tour in September. So I still got openings for both. So
wonderful. I'm
thank,
sure that you'll pick up some people for that along the way.
thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you
Because,
for that
yeah.
prediction.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
So how are you?
You know what? I'm okay. I'm a little down with the cold. It kind of got me. I'm doing all the things that I should be doing, but some of my old standbys don't seem to be working this time. So I'm just trying to be patient, do what I can, rest when I can. Don't you know? Don't do too much and all that good stuff, and it'll pass.
On our trip, 4 people, maybe 5 now, came down with COVID. And
Wow.
they called me today, and I think I'm coming down with something. But it is what it is. I can't change it. So
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. We just have to go with it. And like I had said to you earlier, yeah, I've got the I've got the COVID test in the bathroom. So I think tomorrow, excuse me, I think I just might take and do it tomorrow just to see.
yeah, I would take the COVID test just for
Yeah,
giggles.
yeah, exactly. So, and yes, thank you, Kate. I hope that I feel better soon as well. So let me just take a moment and say hello to some of the folks that are here. Excuse me, Jenny W. Leah Piet, hello. K Muldoon, Rose Flower, hey. Sherry Voices from the Swamp,
Hi, Sherry.
yeah. Rose Flower, Barbara Nesper, Arlene Forney, yeah. And yeah, so, oh, hold on, just okay, you don't need to hear that. So, yeah, thank you guys for stopping in and spending some time with us. And yeah, Leah has got a question. I've started. Yeah, we'll get to it. And just wanted to see if we couldn't chat a little bit about what's the current European view of what's happening in the U.S.
Well, I didn't really get a chance to talk to a lot of people about it. But, in Italy, the Italians were doing their thing, I mean, I did talk to our tour director about it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I told her I wasn't a Trumpster. She's like, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. People in Europe aren't real fond of Trump. But, when I left, right before I left, Hamas, I call it hummus, but Hamas, us, I know, it's Hamas had attacked Israel. Yeah. And then, we were gone. So for 9 whole days, I didn't hear any news. I didn't hear.
Mm-hmm.
And it was nice to get away from it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, in the eyes of Europe, or at least in the, from what I saw, Trump weakened how we were viewed all over the world. And people were telling me they were so glad that he's no longer president. A couple people.
Mm-hmm.
And so, they didn't seem to. They had tightened security, at the airports.
Mm-hmm.
Told us to get there 4 hours before our flight left. Which
oh my gosh, yeah.
Well, because of tightened security, because of the whole Israel thing. But I mean, I never felt in danger or anything. Now I think they've issued a travel advisory for Americans all over. But I'm still not afraid to travel. I'm still going to travel.
Well, that's just it. There is such a thing as having a healthy respect for what's happening in another country. And then, yeah, you don't want to give in to the fear because, I mean, to my way of thinking, yeah, if you give in to the fear and you change your plans, then the bad guys have won,
Correct.
Which is what they want, right?
I mean, the plane coming back was full. My flight attendant friends are telling me those flights are full. I think as of November 1st, United stops flying directly from Chicago to Rome. So they take a different route. But, I mean, those flights were all packed. I mean, our flight had absolutely no empty seats. It was totally full. And going as well. So at that juncture, it didn't seem like people were afraid to fly.
Mm-hmm.
Tourism is coming back. I mean, and the thing is, I think because tourism after COVID, everything was shut down. But when tourism came back, it came back like 3 or 4-fold. And so, it's hard for the airlines to handle all the passengers. It's hard for the airports to handle all of that. And, a lot of times, it's hard on the infrastructure because you have to have more tour guides, which they're short.
Of course.
Because so many people are traveling. I've never seen that many people in Rome, and I've never seen that many tourists in Florence. So Florence is always a madhouse. It's beautiful, but it's just a madhouse because of all the people.
Yes.
But there was even more. And this time of year, usually things slow down, but it's not happening. Not until at least maybe November. It was really busy.
Yes, I think a lot has to do with the weather, in that the weather patterns have changed so that it is still warmer than it should be.
That's right.
So yeah, people are taking advantage. And yeah, after being locked down with COVID, yeah, you
traveling
do
again.
want to get out.
And I don't think this Middle East thing is going to stop people from traveling. Now, obviously, I certainly don't know if I'd want to. Well, actually, going to Israel right now would probably be safe because, you know, they're going to, I'm sure that El Al, I think, is the Israeli airline. I mean, their security is really tight. But,
Yeah.
you know, there's certain places I wouldn't want to go right now, like Ukraine or Israel. Or
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You kind of have to use your discernment, but you know, and people want to travel. They want to get out. They want to experience things. They, you know, want to share what they have in common with other people, and you don't want to feel like you're giving into the fear all the time. There's fear and there's caution, right?
There's a difference. You're right. Agreed.
Yeah.
Totally agreed.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
but I don't know. You know, somebody had asked me about going to Egypt, which is in the northern part of Africa. And I even think, I really feel that'll be safe. I mean, a lot of those countries that have a lot of tourism, they're going to start really tightening security more because they don't want people to be afraid to come there because they depend on them. So,
yeah, exactly. I'm thinking that they're probably one of the safest places to be right now would be there.
Right.
Because everybody's watching, right? Still. And hello to Arlene Forney and Gayla. And thank you guys, yes, and Viviani. Thank you for your suggestions. Yes, I have had a hot tea with lemon and honey. And yeah, there was a little something extra in it just because I'm not driving. So, yeah.
I think I'm going to do one of those tonight, actually. My throat's starting to get scratchy and I'm starting to get kind of chillish. So,
yeah, exactly. So, yeah, now's the time to just stock up on that. So, anyway, yes, I'm doing my best to try to feel better. And I had people who have offered to send me, if I so desired, you know, Reiki help and all that. Yes, whatever healing you want to send my way, I accept gladly. Thank you.
Talk to Kevin Chandler. He does Reiki. He's really good at Reiki. So,
nice.
Plug for Kevin. Hi, Kevin.
Absolutely. And Lori Hutzinger and yeah, Thomas Terrier Way. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for being here. So, with some of the news that came out today, kind of wanted to get an idea from what your sense is. The first one is apparently, Jim Jordan is not going to go for a fourth round. And part of that was because
he did the first 3 times.
Yeah. And apparently this time around they had a behind the scenes vote and basically told him, yeah, you're not running. Okay, don't even think about doing it. You are not our candidate.
I never saw him as being the Speaker of the House. I mean, I think, you know, parts, well, Kevin Chandler had predicted this too, that the Republican Party imploding. And it's almost like they're having a civil war. But my guides have shown me, you know, some Republicans reaching across the aisle and working with Democrats, and that's exactly what's going on. And I'll tell you whose downfall I see is Matt Gaetz, because they're voting to get rid of him, and they will get rid of him at some point.
Yes.
And I'll tell you who else they're going to get rid of is Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Yes.
So my guides are showing me all of that.
Yeah, I think that very much so. Yeah, their days are numbered. And this fiasco in terms of there is no cohesion in the Republican Party. Everybody is kind of fighting to have the loudest voice. Well, just because you can scream at the top of your lungs doesn't make you right. It just means that you're good at screaming.
As my father used to say, they're acting like a bunch of vultures on the gut wagon. But
yeah.
And, you know, I think, well, there are some, middle of the road Republicans that are decent people. And I'm
Absolutely.
not saying I agree with them politically, but I do see them reaching across the aisle. And I think the other part with the MAGAs, are that everybody's suspicious of everybody in the MAGA movement.
Yeah.
And like I heard Donald Trump today. I watched on YouTube Midas Touch. Gotta watch Midas Touch. It's really cool. And plug for Midas Touch, right?
Yeah.
And I forgot the guy's name, but he showed a clip of Donald Trump on a rant outside the court. And it's the same thing Trump always says. It's rigged. They're after me. They come after me. It's all rigged. It's rigged. This judge is corrupt. They're all corrupt. It's the same stuff. Yeah. I mean, it's the same thing we've heard with everything he's done. And it's like, okay, change the rhetoric, Donald. He sounds like a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
My guides had shown me that there's going to be some people that would flip on Trump. And look what happened in Alabama. What was his lawyer's name? Oh, I can't think of her name.
Cheeseborough?
A cheeseburger.
Yeah, cheeseburger.
And what was the woman's name? I can't
think. Oh my gosh.
It's not right.
Yeah, I know who you mean.
She flipped on him. It was part of their part of their plea bar. It was not it was part of their, I think, deal they made or plea bargain. Yes. I don't know how it was. But
Sidney Powell.
But that's in Georgia, that state. But I also have a feeling that they're going to flip federally too. So
yeah, they will. I got a very, very strong impression that this is the and I know we've said this before, kind of like the beginning of the end, but it really is the beginning of the end, because there are so many people that are turning their back on him. He doesn't control the Republican Party the way he used to. He controls a very small portion.
Well, like Matt Gaetz and probably Marjorie Taylor Greene, but I see them gone too. And I see Jim Jordan gone. And I see some people coming forward that are going to whistleblow on Matt Gaetz, Marjorie Taylor Greene, and Jim Jordan. So at some point, I see Jim Jordan under indictment. So
I think
he'll never be.
I think no. But what's really funny is I have more than once gotten the impression that the next speaker is going to be Hakeem Jeffries.
I see Hakeem Jeffries as speaker, yes. And at some point, I see Wes Moore running for president and winning. Wes Moore is the governor of Maryland. I've always said that. And from the minute I saw Barack Obama, I said to my husband, there's the next president. And I see the same thing with Wes Moore. Hakeem is amazing in the way he pulls people together.
Yeah.
And Michael Moore said, I like Michael Moore. He's a filmmaker. And he wasn't really a psychic thing, but Michael Moore said that he knew that McCarthy wouldn't finish his term as speaker. And he said that he kind of thought that maybe at some point a Democrat would be put in there. I'm not talking about after the election. I'm talking about before the election.
Yes.
That could very easily happen.
Absolutely. And you know what? The position of speaker is supposed to be bipartisan. It's not supposed to be one or the other.
Right.
And right now, he seems to be the smartest adult in the room. So I think people have gotten very impatient with what's happening with the Republicans. And it's to the point that a lot of people are going to say, okay, enough is enough. We're not getting anything done. We've got a president who is doing his very level best to get things going. And here you've got a bunch of 2-year-olds who are having a temper tantrum. So maybe it's time to call a timeout, let the adults take over. And we'll let you know when timeout is over.
And if they don't vote for a speaker because they have one pro tempore, however you pronounce it, then, they don't get a budget.
Yeah.
And it means the government shuts down. And if that happens, it's going to be another nail in the coffin for the Republicans.
Exactly.
I think Biden's popularity is up.
Yes.
You know, I think the whole thing, the whole Hamas thing, you know, I think a lot of that's coming out of Iran, and I think, you know, that's coming directly from Putin. I think,
well, we're not talking about Ukraine right now, are we?
well, obviously, but, you know, it was wag the dog. Let's do something over here to
Yes.
get the attention away from here. But Ukraine will not give up. They're
No.
not going to give up, and they're still going to continue to fight.
Yeah.
And, I like what I heard Biden's speech. I did a show with Kevin Chandler last night, and we cut it short because of Biden's speech, and I think the speech was amazing. I mean,
Good. Good. I have not had a chance to listen to it, but it's certainly on my list of things to do.
but Jim Jordan is on his way out. Jim Jordan is on his way out.
Yes. Yeah, very, very much so. Very much so. And yeah, I think, honestly, I do believe that Biden's numbers are a lot better than what the news is projecting. And I think Biden has a lot more support than what the news media is giving him credit for. So, you know, when you look at Biden against what the other side is offering, there really is no comparison.
Correct.
Right? So, yeah, I think those are good things looking.
I'll tell you who else is going to be in trouble, a lot of trouble, is Santos, and I see him going.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Yeah, he's, I think he's one that is definitely heading for jail. I don't think that he has the support necessary to keep himself out of jail, nor does he have the funds or anything else. So, yeah, he'll be doing jail time. Some of the others, maybe not so much. But
if an independent or a Democrat had done anything like that, they would have gotten rid of him already. McCarthy wouldn't act on it because he needed Santos's vote.
Yeah.
And Santos is a disgrace to the LGBTQ community. He's a pathological liar.
Yeah.
And I see him at some point extradited back to Brazil and in jail. So
yes.
Or in jail.
Yeah. I think, yeah, it does feel like it's that for me as well, that, yeah, he thought he was big man on campus, but really, no, he's not. They will gladly turn on him if it's to save somebody else. So, yeah, he's going to be, it's not going to turn out well for him. And I also read that Ivanka Trump apparently was she was fighting a subpoena to appear, and I don't think it's in the New York case. I think it's in the DC and Georgia cases, because New York didn't have. I mean, they had to take her off of the defendants list or whatever the charges, because I think the statute of limitations had run out and so on. But now that they're asking her to be a witness, and she's saying, well, you know, there needs to be a limited scope. Like, you need to tell me what kind of questions you're going to be asking and whatnot. And I'm thinking, okay, you know, she has already turned on her father.
Right.
So this is just turning on him on the record. Right.
It, you know, I had said buckle up is going to be a wild ride, and here we are.
Absolutely.
And this is not even the volcano exploding yet.
No.
I mean, it's going to get crazy.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And what did you think of that Judge Engeron, who fined Trump $5,000 and said, yeah, the days of giving you warnings are over?
Well, the next thing that's going to happen is he's going to hold him in contempt and put him in jail.
Mm-hmm.
And I keep seeing that.
Yeah.
One of these judges is going to be like, no, you're in contempt of court, shut your mouth. And I heard today that one of those judges called him down, like a school teacher calling down a naughty child in court. And when they did, Trump shut up because he was like crumpling paper, like trying to obviously sending signals to the witnesses, and that's not going to work.
No.
I mean, if they have to keep him outside the courtroom and let him watch on closed circuit TV, they will. But he's not going to he's not going to continue to get by with these shenanigans.
No.
Oh, I can go to Israel and fix it. Yeah. Okay. Right.
So like why does he need to go to Israel? I thought Jared fixed it all anyway.
There you go.
So, yeah.
I mean,
Connie B says, happy birthday, Kamala Harris. Wonderful.
Happy birthday, but happy birthday.
It's her birthday today. Absolutely. Happy birthday, Kamala Harris.
Happy
so
birthday.
She would be a Libra Scorpio cusp then.
Yeah, that's right.
Wow. That's a combination.
Right.
All righty. 59 years old. Oh, yeah. That 59 isn't old.
I won't see 59 again, that's for sure.
No, me either. So that's what I mean. Yeah, it's not old.
Trust me.
So
58, I had a triple bypass surgery. So
wow. Well, I've been
69, I had cancer. So there we go. I say had.
Excuse me.
Yeah, you're sounding horrible. Maybe what we can do is going around 15 more minutes, and then maybe we should cut it short because I just don't want you to tax yourself and I get it, and I know if you're not feeling 100%, then absolutely. You know what, we have got, I think I have 3 questions. Go ahead.
Start. So let's do the 3 questions and we'll see how things are.
Okay.
And you guys just bear with us. We're doing the best that we can. Oh, and Kevin. There he is. He's in the room.
Kevin. Hi, Kevin.
Yeah. Mel was just singing your praises.
Kevin, send Marina some Reiki healing. She's got something, and I think I'm coming down with something for people on our trip when they got home, tested for COVID. So actually, I think I'm coming down with it, to be honest with you. But there's nothing I can do about it, so might as well.
Well, yeah. That's just.
I mean, I don't mean to be flippant about it, but there's nothing I can do about it.
Well, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
When I had COVID, my great niece is a respiratory therapist, and she told me to take aspirin because aspirin's a blood thinner. And COVID can cause blood clots. So, I mean, I'm not a doctor or anything, but check with your doctor and see if it's okay to take aspirin or baby aspirin. But, check yourself for COVID and see what's going on.
Yeah. Oh no, I absolutely will. Like I said, I've got the test here. So yeah, I'll see you overnight and then do it tomorrow, because whether I do it tonight or tomorrow, it's not really going to change a whole lot.
No, because you can call your doctor and get that new drug. I don't know what it is, but it helps it's not going to cure COVID, but it helps with the symptoms. And I think it reduces symptoms and it makes recovery a bit quicker. I think it's a monoclonal antibody. I forget the name of the drug.
Yeah. I will absolutely look into it. Okay.
That's my psychic advice, dear.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
Doesn't seem like it's psychic, but it is.
Yeah. I get you. Okay. Now, Leah wanted to know, will I get my homebody to go on a trip to get away? Really hoping to get my sweetie stubborn traveling companion to agree.
Well, how about this one? Leah, you can say to your companion, dear, I'm going on a trip. I'd like for you to come with me. I love that. But if not, I understand, but I'm going.
Yeah. There you go.
How about that one?
Yeah.
And I've got some openings on my Rhine River tour. So
Uh-huh. There you
always the
go.
salesperson, right? I do see you agreeing to get your I do see
Mhm.
you traveling, and I do see your partner traveling with you or your traveling companion.
Yeah.
A lot of people are fearful of travel right now because of travel advisory. Now, I'm not saying go to dangerous places, but I'm not afraid to go to Europe. Uh,
No.
so I do see travel. Yes,
Yeah, absolutely. And just, the big thing for me and what I keep getting is, you know what? I could walk out my front door and get hit by a bus.
that's right.
And
That's
this is in my own backyard. It could happen. So, um, the little bit of caution is a good thing. It keeps you, kind of aware of things, but don't give in to the fear.
I think.
And
Go
I
ahead.
think that your partner, yeah, once you start making plans and you're doing things, I think that they're going to come on board and they're going to have a lot more fun than they anticipate.
That's what I see. I think the thing about travel is to always have situational awareness. Like
Hmm.
when I travel, um, I leave my money in the hotel room in the safe. I
Yeah,
take probably about maybe 40 or 50 euros with me. And
yeah.
here's my iPhone, right? And what I did is I got one of these things, what opens in the back, and you see,
Uh-huh.
one credit card with me, one in the hotel safe, my
Yeah.
driver's license, and that was it.
Yeah.
And so then you're always holding on to it, so you don't have to worry.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
because these
exactly.
pickpockets are professionals there, and they can run into you. You don't even know it's missing. Both people that got their pockets picked didn't even know they were missing.
Oh, they're good. Oh, those believe. Oh, yes, absolutely. They know what they're doing. They absolutely know what they're doing, and they know how to distract you. And yeah, they work in teams.
So for
Yeah.
those of you who travel, always put your money in your front pocket. If you can zipper that pocket, do so, but don't carry a lot with you. Always keep your hand in the pocket with your money.
Yeah.
One of our people that got pickpocketed, she had a little zipper thing in a purse, but she unzippered it to take out money, and I guess somebody saw her. And then but then it's usually a couple hours later when you notice it missing, and then you
Yeah.
don't know where they picked your pocket.
Yeah. Exactly. And I have a bus in my backyard because I'm special. Okay, just so you know, that's why. Hey, Mousy girl. Alrighty. So yes, yeah, you will
So
be.
when you
Yeah,
travel,
you
you have
will
that
be good.
situational awareness.
Yes.
That's very important. Like when we were in Florence, um, we carried our backpacks on the front. The
Yes.
things that zipped, you carry towards your body, so nobody can get in there,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
nobody got their pockets picked there.
Exactly. And if you're a woman with a shoulder bag, you put it over your shoulder, not, loosely sitting on your shoulder, because that, yeah, you can do
In
a,
fact, I won't even carry shoulder bags; they're too easy
yeah,
to get into.
absolutely.
Um,
Yeah, they're gone before you even realize it.
one of
So,
our travelers had that, and it was in front. I said, "You need to watch that." She got picked.
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Don't carry anything like that. Just
Yeah.
not even a fanny pack. They're too.
Mhm.
It's like, can't some come and pick my pocket.
Yeah.
Uh, I always have a pocket that zips in the front. I see men carrying their wallet in the back. I'm like, oh no, that's going to go like that.
Yeah.
So,
Totally.
and people say,
Totally.
oh my goodness, the pickpockets are so bad. Well, there's a lot of pickpockets, but some places here in America, they shoot you and take it. So,
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I like this.
Aries
Always watch.
Wonder, I'm so glad that you said that because I tell women, put your money in your bra because nobody's going to go in there.
Mm, yeah, exactly.
Or you
And
can put
and
it
you
in your,
yeah.
or you can put it in your shoe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's another one.
Okay,
Yeah,
we've got
that's
a
another good
question
one.
here, huh?
Yeah. So Gayla would like to know, will my granddaughter get the remote job she needs around her special needs son's school?
I hear yes, but
Mm-hmm.
but there's 2 or 3 delays with it, but I hear yes.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
um, I see a little bit of disappointment, so you might not get it as quickly as you want it. But I pulled the 7 of diamonds, and that would mean,
Hey, medium Kim Copeland. Hey.
hey, Kim. Kim came with us to Italy. Hi, Kim. I talked to Kim this morning. Kim, how are you feeling?
Yeah.
I hope better. Um,
Yes.
um, so the 7 of diamonds would mean, um, it means a card of luck, a card of getting
Mm-hmm.
what you really need. There, like I said, there might be some delays with it, and maybe a
Yeah.
little. It'll seem like a disappointment, but ultimately, I see your granddaughter working closely around that school and within
Yes.
close proximity to it.
Yeah. Good. Oh, wonderful, Kim. Excellent. Yeah,
Right.
not great, but still testing negative. Good.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well,
Good, good.
Kim, I think I'm coming down with something. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, anyway,
Okay. So, Gayla, what I got, I pulled two cards from the Oracle of the Fairies, and the first one that I got was Solitude, and the second that I got was Manifestation. So, in light of your question, yes, she is going to get that position. She is going to be able um, to work on her own, work remotely. It is going to come in. She just needs to. Um, she's still not 100% convinced that that's going to work out for her. So she's not totally manifesting that for herself. She's holding back a little bit and thinking, yeah, well, maybe, what about this? What about that? Just tell her to um, get ready. It is going to come. Okay. It may take a little while, but it is going to come. And she's going to be able to do that. So
good job.
thank you. Okay. Roseflower, can I get a message from my guides?
I'm just clicking. I'm thinking, but as we're talking, I'm just scrolling down through the comments.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anyway. Well, spirit shows me the symbol of the hand, and whenever I see that, it means healing. So I'm thinking that I don't know if there's been, and then I see dark clouds around the head area. So I don't know if there's been maybe a little funk or a little depression or some maybe not feeling well going on. But I see a healing from that. But also, when I see the hands, it means that rose flower, you should delve into looking at healing abilities um, for yourself. In other words, start taking maybe some classes in Reiki.
Mm-hmm.
Start taking some classes in some healing modalities, and I think you'd like it.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Chandler teaches Reiki, and he's good at it. So here I am plugging Kevin again,
Yeah.
um, but you know, they show me books in it, um, and you're reading these books. So to me, that would mean more study, but it's more looking into metaphysical types of things.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like reading books on the subject, or uh, it doesn't have to be the literal translation of going back to formal schooling, but getting involved into some learning about intuition and healing modalities and things. And I really think you'd like it. And I see some kind of change. I don't know if it's job or job vibration or something. And I see
Mm-hmm.
pentacles, which would mean don't worry about money, because I see more of that coming. So more success in that area too. But they really want you to, they're going to start giving you things that are going to show up in dreams. Uh, and, a lot of dreams are symbology, but showing you precognitive things that are happening in dreams. And I also think you need to get in touch with your claircognizance. Claircognizance means we know. We don't know how we know or what we know. We just know. So that's what's coming through. It's all about your spiritual development.
And it's funny you say that, because the two cards that I pulled, the first one was music, and that told me to pay attention to the beat of things, to the cadence of things, and that the messages that are coming in are sort of coming in almost in a musical way. So pay attention to that when you find yourself just kind of humming along and it doesn't seem to make sense. That's when you're getting your download. So pay attention to the vibration of music, because it brings in abundance. So very much like you were saying about the don't worry about the money. No, this is something that is you're going to find a lot of comfort in that music, and it's humming. It's like you're literally humming a tune that is not something familiar to you, but you like the sound that it makes in your head. That's your guides communicating with you and kind of steering you in the right direction and bringing you the abundance. And the bottom of the deck is shine from within. So this is just a case of remembering what you already know.
I like the analogy of that music. I like that. By the way, I got a message for Kim Copeland. She says she tested negative for COVID. Keep testing, because sometimes you have symptoms and you don't test positive right away. So just keep testing, and just lots of rest and all that stuff. So, Kim, I know you'll feel better soon. So there you go. Yes. How's that?
There you go. All righty. Okay, so we got a couple more last minute entries. Connie B would like to know who will be the next indicted person to plead guilty in the Georgia case.
I don't know, but there will be 2 coming forth to plead guilty very soon, and they'll also agree to flip on Trump in Georgia. So I'm kind of glad that Cheeseburger and what's her name, Sydney? I can't think of her name.
Powell, yeah.
Powell. I'm glad that they wanted their trial early, because that kind of sets a precedent of what's going to happen with these other defendants.
Yes, it does.
And it tells them, a lot of people are saying that Sidney Powell and Cheeseburger didn't get enough time, but they did agree to cooperate with the prosecution. So I think that might have given them lesser time. But I don't know. Somebody's going to come forward, and their testimony is going to be pretty damning for Trump. So a lot of people will.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I also see people flipping in the federal case as well.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right about that. They were Powell and Cheeseborough were kind of like the when you wave the flag to see where the enemy is firing from.
The litmus
test. Yes, yeah, they were kind of those people who stand up and see what. I think that once they realized what the prosecution has, it didn't take long, and I knew as soon as I heard Powell pleaded guilty, and they said, "Oh no, Cheeseborough is going to go to trial," and I thought, "Oh no, he's not." She took the deal, and he's going to be right behind her. And
he will. He'll take the deal. He did.
Oh, he did. Yeah, he did. Absolutely. He pleaded today, and the trial was supposed to start, I think, later on today, or it was supposed to start today when he took the plea deal. So,
I don't think it's going to benefit Trump, but in a way, I don't think Trump would want to hear what they'll have to say, because they will use them to testify against Trump, and that's not going to be pretty.
No, I think I'm looking for Giuliani and Bill Barr to flip.
I see 2 more flipping. If Giuliani's smart, he'll flip, but I still see him convicted.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Oh, yes.
I don't know how many. I forgot how many defendants there are in the Georgia. I know there's Trump.
I
Others.
think there was, with Trump, I think there was 17. Um, but I can't remember if that included Powell and Cheeseborough. But I think I'm thinking 14, 15.
Well, if there's 14 or 15 left out of that, I think at least probably 11 will be convicted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And some of them will get pretty stiff sentences. So
absolutely. As they should.
they should. That's right.
As they should. You know what? There has to be consequence to action. And we've spent an awful lot of time and energy in the, you know, I'm above all that. They used to say too big to fail. No one is too big to fail.
That's true.
Right? You got to be accountable. So,
can I just say something? Connie B says, pray for my friend Tracy. She has kidney damage. She's in her 30s. Thanks.
yes, absolutely.
So prayers being sent. And I am seeing that she's got kidney damage, but I see it's not going to reverse. But actually, I see her kidney function getting better. So, and I see the word stability. So she's going to have a lot more stability with her health. So
perfect.
That goes to Connie B.
Yes. Excellent. Alrighty. And Claudia, Cat Mama, would like to know, will she be traveling in 2024?
I hear a yes.
Mm-hmm.
I got a couple good tours for you.
Yeah, there you go.
I got to push that.
You're connected.
You don't have to do tours, but yes, I do see travel in 2024, at least 2 trips. So good.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely, you will. Alrighty. And Viviani. And then after Viviani, the last one I think I'll take is from T. Lynn. And then that will be that. Because I made some real homemade chicken soup today because chicken soup cures everything. So I want to be able to get some.
That and a hot toddy.
That and another hot toddy. Yeah. And I don't want to embarrass myself by saying something on here that I shouldn't.
Oh, I think you should go for it.
Well, alrighty then.
Okay.
Yeah, so Viviani. Viviani would like to have a message from her guides.
Let me see here.
I keep hearing stitch in time. Huh. Like progress. You're making progress. It may feel like small progress, like small little stitches, but you are working on it. Yeah.
I see the symbol of the hand flowing across paper. So whenever I see that, it means writing. So spirit will start journaling. And just journal just for the heck of it. You don't have to do it every day, but just journal. And it's a good comparative analysis because, let's say you journal today and you kind of journal, 2 or 3 times a week. And let's say a year from now, you go back and you read what you journaled. You'll see your progress. And they're very pleased with your spiritual progress as well. And the way that you're, in a way, educating yourself on your spirituality. And they want you to own it, and they want you to take your power back, which you're doing quite well, by the way, and they're proud of you for that. So that's what's coming through.
Yep. I got life energy. They are very, very, very encouraging of what you're doing, and they do whisper, and you can hear them. You know the difference between when your guides are talking to you and when you're just imagining things. So they are very much helping you with that life energy to keep you going. And then I got inspiration. So follow through on your inspiration. When you get inspired, give into it. Whatever you're inspired to do, give into it. And like Mel says, write it down. And then, a couple months from now, look at it again and see what you were inspired to do, and see how much of what you were initially inspired to do that you forgot that you've actually done.
And also, I mean, I think the word coming through is creativity, and really working and paying attention to your creativity. And that, I think that's with the symbol of the hand flowing across paper, what you just said. So a lot more, just listening to it. And that's the voice of spirit, your creativity, Viviani.
Yeah.
And so, and also, you could do cards if you wanted. You could read cards if you wanted, Viviani. So
absolutely.
Pick up some tarot stuff and things like that. And then, the card will show you, and then your psychic ability, your creativity then adds to the story, if you will.
Yeah. Exactly.
So,
yeah.
Good.
All righty. And T. Lynn says, message from my mother who passed away December 2014. I can sense when she's around with little signs, butterflies, hummingbirds, or inexplicably sweet fragrance she used.
She's giving me this smell almost of gardenia.
Yeah.
It's kind of a cross between magnolia and gardenia. So she's here. She's very proud of you. And she's got her hand on your shoulder. And she's just comforting you. Hummingbirds, yes, I get that. But also start paying attention to dragonflies, because you're going to start seeing a lot of dragonflies, which is her letting you know she's around, which is a lot of this is about flight. So she's saying, take your wings and fly like the bird, or like the hummingbird, or the dragonfly. That's the message that comes through.
Yeah.
Take your wings and fly. In other words, follow your ideas and your goals, and you will be successful.
Absolutely. And I was, as you were talking, Mel, I was getting shivers, and then I dropped down 2 cards, and I'll show you here in a second. The first card that I got was Wish Wisely. And you'll notice there's wings, as you're talking about, dragonflies and wings and everything in there. Yeah, the wings are in the card. So, Mom is saying that you're capable of a lot more than what you give yourself credit for, and you tend to, you don't want to draw attention to yourself, so you tend to minimize information that comes in. And she's saying, don't do that. It's okay. So you go ahead and do. Use your voice freely, and express what you need to say. And just know the next card that I got was Pure Intention. And again, you notice that she's got wings behind her. So 2 wing cards. Pure Intention is, you're doing things from your heart. Right? Don't ever question things that come to you that are from your heart, because that's real. That's how people that we have lost, that's how they communicate with us very often, is we'll get a feeling in our heart.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
You
so
that emotion.
Yeah, absolutely. So and
she's very proud of you, and she loves you very much. And it's just like, like you'll feel like something behind you, and that'll be her. you know,
Yeah.
you'll start to see lights flicker here and there, and that's her just letting you know she's around.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll see her too. It's like
Yeah.
when you get up in the middle of the night, get a drink of water, go to the bathroom, you're not awake, you're not asleep, out of the corner of your eye, you'll see a figure real quickly, and that'll be her. So,
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah. And as you were talking, I was getting a feeling of someone tugging on a sleeve. So when you're wearing a sweater, if you kind of have to fight a little to get it on because it feels like someone is tugging at the other end, that's her having a little giggle at you. You know, that's her saying, yeah, I'm here, and this is what I'm doing. And
right.
yeah. But yeah, you don't give yourself enough credit. That's what she's saying is, that, yeah, you need to give yourself more credit than.
And by the way, I have a message for Kim. I like the new person that you met, Kim. She'll know what I mean.
Wow. I think I might know what you mean too. Alrighty then. Mm-hmm. Sounds good to me. Okay, folks, I am fading fast, and I'm sure that you want to go and do a little bit of relaxing as well. So, from my heart to yours, thank you so much for spending this time with me, and especially since you just got back the other day.
Thank you.
So, I really appreciate it.
We'll do it again. I have fun being on the show with you.
Good. I hope we'll do it again.
I got a message from Kevin really quickly.
Yes.
Kevin, I see you teaching, so you're supposed to get on an ASAP.
What he said, Kevin.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. So thank you everyone for being here. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you want any information on Mel at all, go down in the description of the video. I'll have a link to in there to his YouTube, and make sure you go over and give him lots and lots of love. And thank you for supporting me. Thank you for supporting him. Thank you for supporting each other. So on that note, I will let